The oldest trick of the enemy is whenever you're growing in the Lord and whenever you're getting ready to move forward and getting ready to make decisions for your growth spiritually, mentally, emotionally, for your sanity, all of a sudden, the person that you've had problems with is going to come around and they're going to start talking to you, and you're going to have a honeymoon period, okay? So whether it's with somebody that you are dating, in a deep relationship with, or a committed relationship, or a friendship, whatever it may be, whenever it's time for you to take that next step, there'll be a sudden change in their behavior that's going to make you doubt. It's going to make you doubt yourself. It's going to make you want to second guess. How many times have you been around a person, they've done some things consistent? They've been consistently inconsistent. They've been consistently toxic. They've been consistent liars. They've been consistently jealous. They've been consistently your nemesis, tearing you down, hurting you, consistently betraying you. And you're in this toxic cycle with them. And sometimes you reach this place of brokenness. You reach this place of seeing the truth. Okay, your heart is broken, but you see the truth. Sometimes they've done something so brash and so brazen and so bold and so cruel that you see at that moment, you realize this is it. Why I didn't realize it before, don't know. But this particular thing, it's it. You know. And so now you begin to take steps. You make that choice and decision that this is the direction I'm going in. And whenever God begins to take you on this path, the powers of darkness, which influences this person, knows that. And what will happen is they will now prompt this individual to call you, prompt these individuals to invite you out to eat, prompt for you guys, for them to bring you flowers, prompt your family members to, you guys get on the phone and have a really heartfelt conversation. So good, a movie night, everybody's having fun, their laughs, memories, all of that is to hinder you. It's like the story of Little Red Riding Hood. She's going to grandma's house, right? She's going down her path. She's going to do something, but there's a wolf that knows she's on her way. She's just minding her own business, but the wolf goes in there trying to disguise himself as a grandma, like, oh, everything is just so great. Come, my little granddaughter. And if you don't have discernment like Little Red Riding Hood did, you're not going to get it. You're going to look what big teeth you have, what big eyes you have, what big ears you have, all these things, right? Because what they try to do is try to distract you. And if you don't have the discernment to see what's before you and lose the opportunities or decide, well, I'll give them another chance, so I'm going to stay, I'm going to see how it goes, you're going to get consumed. Now, of course, the story of Little Red Riding Hood is different. The wolf jumps out the bed, tries to eat Little Red Riding Hood. I believe a woodcutter or whoever comes and kills the wolf, all that good stuff. But I hope you get my point. She was on her journey. She was on her way. The big bad wolf sees that she has delicious things in that basket and wants to get to it. The big bad wolf came in the disguise of the grandmother. And a lot of times you get hindered by who's familiar, that face, the person you've known. Easy to use those who you're familiar with to keep you entangled and to keep you from doing what you need to do. And you can discern. You're seeing things. You're seeing all the signs. You've seen it already. Little Red Riding Hood recognized these ears. I don't recognize them. The eyes, the mouth, the teeth. And all along you've been seeing this. But now the person shows you who they are. And you have come to a place of, okay, this is it. I've got to move forward. But now you're going to go through this honeymoon period. All of a sudden, this person wants to be with you. All of a sudden, they are so sorry. All of a sudden, they come and they're crying. They come and as I said, just having good times, just like the old days. You you had dinner with the family. Everybody hung around in the living room, on the patio all night, played cards, you went to play golf, tennis, just the old stuff. You went fishing, those things to fool you so that you stop, you don't make progress. People who are toxic and people who are misbehaving adults, they have made certain choices. There's something in their heart and in their life that they've just been used to doing for so long. And when you do that, your heart opens up to darkness. And whether you believe it or not, you better understand the reason why some people behave the way that they do in your family and this person you love. You look at them, you see this horrible behaviors, these friends, individuals. How could they be so wicked? Because they're people who walk with a stiff neck. They don't take responsibilities for their actions. They're not accountable to anything. They have held on to bitterness and unforgiveness and resentment, things that may have happened in their childhood. They may hate God, and it opens up their hearts to darkness and evil. And so when you're trying to progress and you're trying to go forward and do better and to separate yourself, they're suddenly going to do a complete 180 and you're confused. This is how people who they have broken up with someone and they move on and then they come back and then they end up sleeping with this woman and now she's pregnant. Or you go and you sleep with a man and you get pregnant. Now you're entangled and now you're going to the next level of torment with this individual. Or some people go back, open their door, and they get killed. Or lose their mind. A man or a woman who's always been patient and long suffering, they're moving along. They allow themselves to go meet with somebody, get into a verbal argument, and that normally quiet man or woman ends up doing the unthinkable, stabbing or killing this person that's been tormenting them. And yes, this was a toxic person, but now you're standing before a judge. Your flight, the ticket that you bought, your seat is empty because you were supposed to be on that flight. Your scholarship now has to go to someone else because you were supposed to go off to school. You see what I mean? So understand this. Don't be confused when you're getting ready to make decisions and you are so determined to move forward and be better and to grow. All of a sudden, they're going to start being nice, but understand that is a trap. It's a trap to take you from your destiny. The wolf recognized that Little Red Riding Hood had goodies in her basket. The powers of darkness, evil people, they see and they realize that you have something in you. You have treasures in you, and they want to destroy it. Not to make use of it, but just to take it from you and to destroy you and to stop you from reaching your destiny. So don't be fooled. Close those doors, make those moves, and learn to move in silence that everybody don't need to know what you're doing. Take the steps, because that niceness, that kindness, that sudden change of heart is nothing more than a way to intercept you and to keep you from reaching your destiny. Does this make sense? God bless.